This week, quiet shifts bring big meaning. Some signs are being called to leap, others are pausing to reflect before they build again. And for many, support is showing up in unexpected ways. Let's see what the cards have to reveal.
I'm sure you've heard the news. The cards have secrets to share, guiding you through the cards of life. Dive deep. Welcome to Dus Tarot.
Hello, beautiful souls, and welcome back to Dus Tarot. This is your weekly Tarotscope for May 19th to May 25th, 2025. I'm George Dus, your intuitive advisor, and this is your soul-centered guide through the week ahead using tarot, oracle, and astrology. We'll be moving through each zodiac sign, blending intuitive messages from the cards with the cosmic weather so you can navigate the days ahead with presence, clarity, and intention. Timestamps are listed below for YouTube and Spotify, so feel free to jump to your sun, moon, and rising signs or settle in for the full journey. This week, I am working with the Lightseer's Tarot and the Wisdom of the Oracle. These decks bring forward grounded, practical insights while still holding emotional and spiritual depth. Perfect for a week that asks us to align with bold action with inner truth. Energetically, it's a soft shift from last week's full moon intensity. Don't mistake that for stillness. We are in the waning phase now, which means it's time to reflect, calibrate, and begin laying new foundations. The sun enters Gemini on May 20th, shifting the collective focus to ideas, conversations, and flexibility. And as the moon moves through Pisces, Aries, and Taurus, we're each being called to balance movement with meaning. It's a powerful week to rebuild what matters, reconnecting to purpose, and saying yes to new beginnings, but only if we're rooted in real alignment. So pour your ritual drink, light a candle if it feels right, or bring out your journal and let this be your sacred pause for the week. If you'd like a more deeper dive, you can find the full written version at dustarot.com/tarotscopes or scan the QR code at the bottom of the screen. And if this resonates, don't forget to like, subscribe, and share. It really helps the channel and lets more people find these messages. Now let's begin the journey, starting with Aries. Aries this week invites you to lead from your light. With boldness, yes, but also with wisdom and alignment. Your tarot card is the Queen of Wands. In the Lightseer's deck, she sits calmly on a throne with a black cat before her and a sun glowing beside her. She's magnetic, not because she demands attention, but because she embodies confidence. This queen teaches you that real power doesn't shout, it radiates. Your oracle card, By the Book, shows elephants walking in steady rhythm. Parent, child, and spirit all align in a single path. It's a reminder that structure isn't the enemy of passion. It's the container that helps it grow. This week, don't rush ahead or try to skip steps. Lead, yes, but do it in step with something greater than you. Together, these cards ask you to combine charisma with respect, for timing, for process, and for others. You don't need to break the mold to be powerful. Sometimes your greatest strength is knowing when to act and when to wait. The moon in Aries on May 22nd may tempt you to push too fast, but wait for the moon's move into Taurus on May 24th to make grounded progress. Let your actions match your values. Your affirmation for the week is, I lead with passion and presence, grounded in truth and timing. Aries, this is your moment, not to burn brightly and fast, but to shine steadily and move with intention. When you lead from your center, others follow naturally. Taurus this week brings movement, not from force, but from trust in the rhythm what's already carrying you forward. Your tarot card is the Wheel. In the Lightseer's deck, a woman stands poised atop a spinning wheel of sacred geometry. One foot lifted, the other grounded, her arms open in calm alignment. She's not resisting the motion, she is commanded by staying centered. Behind her, stars and symbols swirl, reminding you that destiny and timing are unfolding exactly as they should. Your oracle card, To the Sea, shows a woman floating quietly in a paper boat. A compass is mounted at the front and binoculars rest on the far side. Tools for direction, but she's not gripping them. She's allowing the current to guide her while spirit watches from the sky above. She trusts that even when she's not steering, she's still on course. Together, these cards offer a message of calm navigation through change. Something in your life is shifting, but that doesn't mean you're being thrown off path. This is a moment to surrender control, not your power. You're being moved towards something that requires your trust, not your interference. The moon in Taurus on May 24th offers a moment to return to yourself, to settle your nervous system and realign with what truly matters. This is your grounding point. Your affirmation for the week is, I trust the tides of change and allow life to carry me toward what is meant for me. Taurus, you don't need to steer every moment. Sometimes the most powerful thing you can do is float, centered, aware, and ready for what's next. Gemini, this week marks a reset, not just in energy, but in identity. You're not starting over, you're stepping forward. Your card is the Fool. In the Light Seers Tarot, she stands barefoot at the edge of a cliff, her toes grazing the rim. She leans back, not with fear, but with trust. One hand holds a glowing crystal, the other grips a thin branch, a tether to the world as she surrenders to something greater. Beneath her, sacred geometry glows, a signal that the path forms as she's open to it. Your oracle card is Here and Now. A young woman sits calmly atop a giant egg, nestled between signs pointing to the past and to the future. A small door is carved into the shell beneath her, not ahead, not behind, just within. This card reminds you don't have to figure it out all today. You just need to be here, present, open, and awake to this very moment. Together, these cards ask you to release pressure. Don't wait until it's perfect, and don't run ahead to plan every step. This week, your power lies in showing up as you are, not who you used to be or who you think you need to become. Start where you are, and the path will rise to meet you. The moon in Pisces from May 20th to the 22nd moves through your 10th house of visibility and purpose. It's a powerful time to soften your grip and reconnect to why you're really doing this. You don't need to shout, just be clear, grounded, and real. Your affirmation for the week is, I leap forward with presence, trusting that this moment is enough. Gemini, this is your cosmic reset, your solar return. You're not behind, you're exactly on time. Let presence lead and trust that momentum will follow. Cancer, this week asks you to rise, not by reaching higher, but standing taller in what you already know. Your tarot card is the Hierophant. In the Light Seers deck, he sits cross-legged in meditation, smiling gently as symbols swirl around him and a staircase raises behind him into a glowing mandala of sacred geometry. He's not just preaching, he's embodying what he's learned. And that's your energy now. You've been climbing your own staircase, integrating wisdom that's no longer theory. It's truth you've lived. Your oracle card is Poised. A winged figure floats mid-leap atop a tall white column, arms open to the sky as stars rise around her. She isn't unsure, she isn't waiting, she's ready. And so are you. This card says, you don't need more preparation. You just need to meet the moment that's already rising to meet you. Together, these cards invite you to stop hesitating and start standing fully in your wisdom. Whether it's a skill, a message, or a role that's been forming quietly, this is a week to step forward. You're not being asked to prove yourself, just embody what's already within you. The moon in Pisces from May 20th to the 22nd highlights your 9th house of purpose and perspective. It's a great time to reconnect with your guiding principles. Ask, what do I know now that I didn't know before, and how can I use it with grace? Your affirmation for the week is, I am grounded in wisdom and ready to rise. I move forward with grace and confidence. Cancer, you don't need permission. You're done the work. Now comes the moment you let yourself own it and shine. Leo, this week is about leading with grounded fire, showing up with presence, purpose, and quiet command. Your tarot card is the King of Wands. In the Light Seers Tarot, he stands tall in an open landscape, holding a wooden wand with a flame burning at the top. A lion watches from behind, calm and powerful. There's no throne, no crown, just his energy and vision. This king leads from the fire within. He doesn't chase attention, he draws it. This week, you're being asked to do the same. Show up steady, passionate, and sure of what you carry. Your oracle card is Poised. Yes, I do shuffle the cards. Show a winged woman mid-leap atop a tall white column, arms raised as the stars rise around her. She isn't tense or uncertain. She's light, lifted, and fully in her power. This card reminds you that readiness doesn't mean perfection. It means alignment. You've done the work even if you can't see every result yet. Now is the time to stand fully in your truth, not because you need validation, but because the moment calls for your presence. You're not waiting to arrive, you are already arrived. Together, these cards ask you to lead not from ego, but from truth. Whether you're launching something, guiding others, or taking your next step, do it with energy that speaks for itself. You don't need to explain your fire, you just need to own it. The moon in Aries on May 22nd moves through your 8th house of transformation, vulnerability, and shared power. Let it spark your courage to move forward, not just boldly, but with emotional depth and trust in what you're stepping into. Your affirmation for the week is, I lead with confidence, grounded in truth. I am ready and I rise. Leo, the fire is already lit. Now's the time to step fully into it with heart, with power, and with grace. Virgo, this week is about soul connection, not just with others, but with the sacred truth within yourself. You're being invited to remember what you know by heart, even if your head is still catching up. Your tarot card is the High Priestess. In the Light Seer's Tarot, she sits in calm meditation, her third eye glowing, sacred symbols surrounding her like a veil. She's not here to explain, she's here to feel. You're being asked to do the same. Instead of solving, surrender to the knowing that lives underneath your thoughts. Your oracle card is Soulmates. Two penguins stand close together, one gently resting on the other, while the second holds a golden key. Red, heart-shaped petals float in the air around them. This card reflects a connection that unlocks something sacred in you. It may be romantic, it could be also spiritual, familiar, or even internal. Your higher self is returning to meet you. Together, these cards ask you to trust what you feel deeply drawn to this week, even if it defies logic. A person, a message, or a moment of intuitive clarity may reflect something you've long known but forgotten. This is not a week for explaining or planning. It's a week to receive what's already been waiting to meet you. From May 20th to the 22nd, the moon in Pisces travels through your 7th house of partnership and soul bonds. Pay attention to who shows up and what shows up through them. Presence is the path to clarity. Your affirmation for the week is, I trust the quiet wisdom within me and open my heart to connections that reflect my truth. Virgo, the key to this week is not to overthink. It's in opening. Let what's true find you and let it in without hesitation. Libra, this week calls for emotional clarity, not by thinking harder, but by learning to listen to your heart without interruption. Your tarot card is the Queen of Cups. In the Light Seer's Tarot, she sits in quiet meditation, dressed in red, hands gently open as she connects with a deeper emotional current. A carved bowl floats in the front of her on the surface of the water. She's not reacting, she's holding. This queen reminds you that emotional wisdom doesn't rush, it reflects. And this week, your strength lies in your ability to stay present with your feelings even when they're complex. Your oracle card is the Thinker, showing a woman perched on stone blocks beneath a starry sky, deep in contemplation. Her posture is inward, reflective, but also a bit withdrawn. This card speaks to your Libra nature, always seeking understanding, but it also cautions, don't get stuck in your head when your heart already knows the answer. Together, these cards ask you to bring your mind and emotions into balance. If you've been looping on a decision or trying to solve something emotionally nuanced with logic alone, pause. Give your heart room to speak. This week's message is clear. Let your thoughts soften around what you feel, not to override it. From May 20th to the 22nd, the moon in Pisces highlights your 6th house of rhythm, wellness, and routine. Use this time to regulate, reset, and return to practices that help you feel emotionally grounded, not just intellectually clear. Your affirmation for the week is, I trust the wisdom of my feeling and the clarity that comes from stillness. Libra, the answer you're looking for isn't hiding. It's simply quieter than your thoughts. Get still, tune in, and you'll find it waiting. Scorpio, this week invites you to root in something softer, a kind of power that doesn't push, but nurtures from the inside out. Your tarot card is the Queen of Pentacles. In the Light Seers Tarot, she sits beneath a tree surrounded by natural beauty, a cozy home, warm textures, plants, and abundance. She holds a golden pentacle gently on her lap, fully at ease in her body and environment. She's worked for this piece, and now she protects it. This card reminds you that strength doesn't always roar, sometimes it just holds steady. Your oracle card is Peace, showing a large egg resting gently in the golden field, while a white dove flies overhead holding an olive branch. Heart-shaped petals drift across the sky and spirit watches from above. This isn't the peace that comes from everything being solved. It's the kind that begins within and expands outward. A quiet knowing that you are safe even if the world is still churning and chaotic. Together, these cards invite you to find stability and simplicity. You don't need to fix everything, figure it all out, or even carry every burden. What you need now is space for your body to rest, your mind to breathe, and your energy to return to center. Whether it's in your home, your finances, or your relationships, choose the grounded path. Peace is not passive, but it's a daily practice. The moon in Taurus on May 24th moves through your 7th house of relationships. Use that moment to reconnect with what's stable and supportive. This is your chance to reaffirm what you truly value and who values you in return. Your affirmation for the week is, I am rooted in peace and I create abundance through presence and care. Scorpio, you don't need to fight for your worth. This is a week to slow down, hold what matters close, and let your life speak in softness. Sagittarius, this week lights a spark, but before you chase it, ask yourself, is it true fire or just a flash? Your tarot card is the Ace of Wands. In the Light Seers Tarot, a figure sits in meditation, a fury burst of inspiration glowing from their forehead or third eye. Tendrils of energy coil outward, alive with possibility. This is the ignition point, the birth of an idea, a passion, a creative fire that wants your attention. Something inside you is waking up and it's saying, let's go. Your oracle card is All That Glitters, showing a sparkling golden pile that 2 ordnate masks rest on top. It dazzles, but not everything shines is meant to be trusted. This card asks you to look past the surface. Are you chasing what's meaningful or just what looks good on paper? And more importantly, are you being fully honest with yourself about why you want it in the first place? Together, these cards ask you to check your compass before you run with your fire. You've been on the brink of something exciting, a creative project, an opportunity, a bold step forward, but make sure it aligns with your truth and not your ego. This week, you don't need to dim your light, just aim it in the right direction. The moon in Aries from May 22nd to the 24th activates your 5th house of creative expression. Let this be your moment to reconnect what lights you up, but lead from purpose, not performance. Your affirmation for the week is, I follow the spark that feels real, not the one that only looks bright. Sagittarius, you don't need every light to say yes, just the one that points home. Trust what resonates and build from there. Capricorn, this week is all about tending to your growth and remembering that asking for help doesn't make the roots weaker, it makes the whole tree stronger. Your tarot card is the 7 of Pentacles. In the Light Seers Tarot, a man gently tends to a small plant while 7 glowing orbs pulse beneath the surface. Seeds he's already planted. The roots are growing even if the harvest hasn't come yet. This card reminds you you're in a sacred pause. You put in the effort, now it's time to check in. Adjust if needed, but don't rush the result. Your oracle card is a leg up. A large polar bear stands on the snowy path while a small cub climbs on her back. She isn't forcing the moment, she's offering support. The cub isn't passive, it's reaching. This card speaks to interdependence. You're not meant to do it all alone. Whether you're the one offering the lift or receiving it, know that this moment of shared effort moves you further than struggle ever could. Together, these cards remind you that steady growth doesn't mean stubborn independence. If the process feels heavy, it's okay to lean. Support doesn't weaken the vision, it strengthens its foundation. Whether you're building a business, nurturing a relationship, or tending to your health, you don't need to carry every brick alone. The moon in Taurus on May 24th moves through your 5th house of creative sustainability. Let it bring joy back into the process. Growth feels better when it's shared. Your affirmation for the week is, I trust the process and welcome support that strengthens my path. Capricorn, your path is still unfolding, slowly, steadily, and with heart. Keep showing up and let someone walk with you this week. Aquarius, this week brings a decision point, and you don't have to figure it out all on your own. There's support available if you're willing to receive it. Your tarot card is the Two of Swords. In the Light Seer's Tarot, a blindfolded woman stands still as black cords pull at her mind, tugged by two crows. Her arms crossed over her chest and her body is calm, but the tension is real. She's caught in an indecision, and maybe you are too. This card reminds you clarity doesn't come from thinking harder, it comes from slowing down enough to feel what's really true. Your oracle card is a leg up, showing a polar bear standing strong while a smaller cub climbs over her back. It's a moment of effort and support. The cub is reaching and the mother is holding steady. Aquarius, this card reminds you that help is a bridge, not a crutch. You may be navigating a choice, a transition, or an inner tug of war, but you don't have to do it alone. Someone or something is ready to help you move forward. Together, these cards offer a message of discernment with support. If you're feeling stuck, overwhelmed, or afraid of choosing wrong, take the pressure off. Pause, breathe, and ask for perspective. Let help in. Your clarity doesn't need to come in isolation. It can come in conversation, in a reflection, or in a quiet presence with someone who cares. From May 20th to the 22nd, the moon in Pisces lights up your 2nd house of values. Use that window to tune in. What do you need, not just to decide, but to feel good about the decision? Your affirmation for the week is, I honor my uncertainty, ask for support, and choose from a place of trust. Aquarius, the answer isn't out there, it's already inside, and this week someone may help you hear it more clearly. Pisces, this week is a reset, not because you're lost, but because you're finally ready to build in a new direction on your terms. Your tarot card is the Fool. In the Light Seer's Tarot, she stands at the edge of a cliff, barefoot, her toes just grazing the rim. One hand holds a glowing crystal, the other grips a thin branch, a delicate tether to the world behind her. She leans backward, not forward, trusting the universe beneath her feet. A glowing geometric pattern forms below her, reminding you that the path appears after the surrender. Your oracle card is Building Blocks. A woman stands atop a rising stack of glowing cubes mid-formation. Her figure is slightly pixelated, not incomplete, but still becoming. She's not waiting for perfection. She's building as she rises. This card reminds you that while inspiration is divine, creation is intentional. What you're dreaming into reality now needs your full presence, brick by brick. Together, these cards say yes. Trust the leap, but make sure your landing is supported. This is a beautiful time to begin again in your work, in your relationships, or in your inner world. Don't bypass the process. You don't need to rush. You just need to keep showing up one step at a time with faith and structure and balance. From May 20th to the 22nd, the moon moves through Pisces, activating your 1st house of identity. This is your emotional reset point, the perfect time to release who you're not and recommit to who you're becoming. Your affirmation for the week is, I trust what's rising in me and build my future one clear, grounded step at a time. Pisces, the leap isn't reckless, it's a line. Start small, build steady, and trust that what you're creating will hold you. And there you have it, your full Tarotscope for the week of May 19th to May 25th. Whether you're on the edge of a bold new beginning or quietly tending to a long-term growth or learning to trust life's timing again, this week reminds us alignment is the foundation for everything. With the sun entering Gemini, we shift into a more curious, communicative energy, but that doesn't mean rushing. The moon's journey from Pisces to Aries to Taurus invites us to move from intuition to action and then into embodiment. This lunar path helps us feel first, act with care, and build something lasting. And while no major planets change signs this week, the energy is anything but stagnant. This is your chance to slow down, zoom in, and rebuild with intention, especially in the areas where inspiration meets real life. Here's your collective affirmation for the week. I build with intention, rise with trust, and walk my path one aligned step at a time. As always, take what resonates and leave the rest. Your intuition is your best guide. If a particular sign's message stood out, I would love to hear from you in the comments. Drop your sun, moon, and rising signs, or tell me what moment in the reading felt personal this week. And if this reading supported you, please like this video, share it with a friend, and subscribe if you haven't already. Your support means so much, and it helps more souls find this work. And you can read the full written version at dustarot.com/tarotscopes or scan the QR code at the bottom of the screen if you're watching on YouTube. And if you'd like to book a personal reading, you can head over to dustarot.com/book or DM me directly to connect. I'm offering a Mother's Day special of 20% off for a regular 45-minute online reading, which is regularly priced at $150. Offer is valid until the end of May. Oh, and don't forget, every Thursday morning, I share a sneak peek carousel on Instagram with next week's themes. And every Thursday evening, you'll find a midweek check-in carousel to help you realign with the shifting energy. May has been full of magic so far, and I'm so excited to keep the energy flowing with some amazing psychic fairs still to come. From May 16th to the 18th, I will be reading at the Hamilton Psychic and Crystal Fair held at the Hamilton Air Force Association in Dundas, Ontario. Admission is just $10 for the whole weekend, and it's always such a vibrant, soulful space to connect, explore, and recharge. And then on Saturday evening, May 24th, I will be at the Mystical Witches Market in Fergus, Ontario, hosted at the Centre Wellington Sportsplex. It's a free admission evening event, and if you've been to one of these before, you know the energy is pure magic. And to close out the month, I will be heading up to Bracebridge on Sunday, May 25th for the Muskoka Holistic Spring Fair at the Bracebridge Fairgrounds. Admission is free, and the vibe there is always grounded, warm, and full of heart. If you're nearby, I would love to see you in person. Come by for a reading. Let's sit together, tune in, and explore what the Spirit has in store for you. Thank you so much for joining me for this week's Tarotscopes. Take these messages with you as you move through the days and weeks ahead, and trust the unfolding of your journey even if the path isn't fully clear just yet. If you found this reading helpful, don't forget to like, share, and subscribe, or follow the podcast on Spotify and Apple Podcasts so you never miss a moment of weekly guidance wherever you're tuning in. Stay grounded, stay open, stay magical, and as always, keep listening to what your spirit is saying. Wishing you clarity, strength, love, and joy in the week ahead. I'll see you next time right here on Dus Tarot.